The sun was sinking low over the open plains when Agatha first saw it. The sky burned in shades of amber and crimson, stretching endlessly above the rolling prairie. Agatha Whitmore rode alone along the Dry Creek Trail, her posture straight despite the long miles behind her. She had grown used to traveling without company. Solitude did not frighten her. What frightened her was standing still. The wind brushed against her cheeks, carrying the scent of dust and wild sage. Her mare suddenly slowed hooves, scraping against loose gravel. Agatha gently pulled the reins. "Easy now," she murmured. That was when something caught the fading sunlight. A small flicker, a glint in the dirt. Curiosity stirred in her chest. She dismounted and knelt, brushing aside the powdery earth with careful fingers. Beneath the thin layer of dust lay a silver locket, half buried, as though the land itself had tried to claim it. It was delicate but strong, engraved with swirling patterns along its edges. Though scratched and worn, it carried the kind of craftsmanship that spoke of care and memory. Agatha hesitated before picking it up. Something about it felt familiar. She turned it over in her hand. The hinge was slightly bent. The chain had snapped clean through. "It must belong to someone nearby," she whispered to herself. Yet, when she looked around, the prairie stretched empty in every direction. She pressed her thumb against the edge and opened it. Her breath caught. Inside were two tiny portraits. On one side was a young boy, perhaps 10 years old, with serious eyes and dark hair neatly parted. On the other side was a girl, about 5 or 6, wearing a ribbon in her hair. The girl's expression was gentle, almost solemn. Agatha felt the world tilt. The girl looked like her, not perfectly, but close enough to make her pulse thunder in her ears. The shape of the eyes, the curve of the lips, even the faint dimple near the chin. "No," she whispered, her fingers trembling. Agatha had no photographs of herself as a child. No keepsakes. No proof she had ever belonged to anyone. She had grown up in a small Missouri boarding house for orphaned children. The matron there told her she had been found wandering near a wagon trail at the age of 5, with no name she could remember. They had called her Agnes at first, based on something she whispered through tears. Later she chose the name Agatha for herself. She had never known where she came from, never known who might have been searching for her. And now, in her hand was a silver locket, with a portrait that mirrored her own forgotten face. If you want to hear the full story, click the title below.